What's going on, guys? It's Garrett Fields and Nelson Financial Planning here. So today I want to sit down and discuss one of the most talked about investments on the market today. This investment is kind of its own asset class, one of the most volatile things you can put your money into, and it has a market cap of roughly $700 billion. To put that into perspective, if this was a stock, it would be 8th on the S&P 500 list, right above JP Morgan Chase and Tesla. I'm of course talking about Bitcoin. So today I want to sit down and discuss the differences between Bitcoin and a traditional investment like stocks. So let's get right into it. So I think the main question that we need to be asking ourselves is, why would I purchase either of these assets? And what's the underlying principle that's going to be driving the price of these assets up? Let's start with stocks and what it means to own a stock. When you purchase a stock, you are literally purchasing ownership of a company. So if you own 1% of all the stocks, you literally own 1% of all the company. And owning stocks entitles you to certain rights. For example, one of those rights being profit. So if you owned 1% of all the company's stocks, or 1% of the company, you would literally be entitled to 1% of the profit. But the company can do multiple things with these profits. It can send it to you in the form of a dividend, or it can reinvest those profits back into the company, hopefully boosting profits down the road, thus raising stock prices, thus making you money. From here, you can determine what the price of a stock should be based on how well it's doing now and how profitable it'll be in the future. Now let's flip over to Bitcoin. Now, unlike stocks, it is very difficult to determine the price of Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has some very unique capabilities, like the ability to keep you anonymous, the ability to send Bitcoin all around the world, or the idea that it's completely unregulated. But none of those things are profitable. They don't make the owners of Bitcoin any money. The only way that the owner of Bitcoin can make money is if the next person buying it determines that it's worth more than what you paid for it. Now, over the last 5 years, people have determined that the price of Bitcoin should be $500 back in 2016. They determined that it's $60,000 in 2021. And today they've determined that it's $35,000. But in those 5 years, nothing has fundamentally changed about the coin. So unlike stocks, where you can determine the price of a stock based on how profitable it is and its ability to make money, the price of Bitcoin is determined based on what the next person is willing to pay for it. Now, Bitcoin could go to the moon, and we could all be driving Lambos. Or it could go back down to $1,000. Honestly, I don't know. And predicting the price of Bitcoin is impossible. But that's not really the point of the video. The point of the video is to understand where you're putting your money and why. Relying on other people's perspective to build value isn't investing, it's speculating. But if you'd rather put your money with a company that actually has a product or service that strives to make a profit, then we think stocks are more for you. So feel free to slide into our DMs, email or call us at 407-629-6477 to ask any question, or to set up a free consultation with a certified financial fiduciary, because we're always here to help. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and invest consistently.